Hey everyone, welcome back to PrepWorks Tutoring. It's Darren here, and today we're going to be going over how to calculate mole mass for some simple chemical compounds. So this video isn't covering what moles are, but in short, moles are a unit of measure. And on the periodic table, you might see in the little corner there the atomic mass. And what that atomic mass is equal to is the mole. The mole is the unit of measure, and it's the mole value of that element. So let's just jump right in on calculating these little practice problems here. I'll show you step by step how to solve them. If I encourage you to do these alongside me, and I would pull out a chemistry reference table. I try to import one into this this little OneNote page here. However, the file wouldn't upload. So I would just encourage you to have the chemistry reference table, the periodic table more specifically, because that's very important. And yeah, let's just jump right in. So how many moles are in 25 grams of water? So a couple key points here. So we're trying to find the amount, or I guess number of moles. And this is the given right here, the 25 grams. And then our element is given as water, and water is classified as H2O. All right, so the first thing here we want to do is find the number of moles in the number of grams in 1 mole of water. And so that is why we can use this the chemical composition of water to find that. And how you do that is you find each specific atomic mass of each element. So H2, for example, is hydrogen, 2 hydrogens, right? And if you look on the periodic table, 1 hydrogen has an atomic mass of 1.00794. So this rounds to approximately 1, and 1 times 2 equals 2. So the H2 part of that has a gram value of 2, and then the oxygen value on the periodic table is 15.9994, and this rounds to 16. So then that is our gram value for that. So you have 2 plus 16 is going to give us 18. So we know that H2O has a value of 18 grams. And this 18 grams represents 1 mole of water. All right, now going back to our problem, how can we solve for the number of moles that there are in 25 grams of water? We can set up a equivalent fraction. So you might have learned this before in Algebra 1, but there are some teachers that skip over it. But essentially, we're trying to cancel the values to get, cancel the like terms to get the values in moles in this case. So let's first write 25 grams, and you don't have to do this, but I like to put this over 1 just to make it less confusing. Put this all in parentheses, and we want to multiply this by the bottom value, this value right here. We want to have this in grams because then we can cancel everything out. So we already have this 18 here, so let's plug that in, 18 grams. We know that 18 grams is equal to 1 mole of water, so 1 mole applies up here. You see these values are equal to. And then we can just multiply this out. This is the same as saying 25 times 1 over 1 times 18. And you can see you just cross out the grams, and then the 1's cancel out here. So you're left with 25 over 18, which gives us a value of 1.38889 moles. Let's round this to the 10th place, which is 1.4 moles. All right. So let's move on to another problem. All right, so now we're doing the opposite way. How many grams are in 4.5 moles of lithium 2O? All right, those are our values. So let's just do the same thing. Let's break down lithium 2O into the values. So lithium is on the periodic table is 6.941, and this can be rounded to 6.9. Multiply that by 2, that's going to give us 15.8 grams. And then oxygen, we know oxygen from previously was a rounded value of 16. So we add those together and we get 29.8 grams. All right, so now we know that that is equal to 1 mole of lithium to oxygen. And now we just do the same thing, except it's a little different. We're still going to be using equivalent fractions, but Let's write down our value of 29.8 grams. Oh, sorry. Not 29.8 grams. Let's write the 4.5 moles because that's our given. Let's do that first. You could do it interchangeably, but this makes it simpler. Put over 1 like we said before. And like we said before, this value in the denominator has to be moles. So we're just going to call this 1 mole. And then the value above it is going to be 29.8 grams because that's the value we had here. Multiply this out and you will get the moles canceling each other. And then you just have the 4.5 and this value right here. You multiply it and you're going to get 134.1 grams rounded as your final value. All right, so let's move on to the final problem. This one's a little more challenging because there's some more variables. So how many moles? So we're trying to find moles and we're given 25 grams of this long complex chemical compound. So we're going to use the same strategy that we used before. Let's use red for this one. And I'm just going to break down each of these values here. So I'm just going to rewrite the entire thing. And there's this little interesting symbol here. I'll explain what that is in a second. But let's just go through the thing. So we have Cu, which is going to be 63.5 on the periodic table. It's going to round to 64. We're going to have sulfur, which is 32.1 rounded. So we're just going to have 32.1. And then we're going to have, oh, sorry, this actually doesn't round. I'll just write everything down here. And the oxygen, we know one oxygen is 16, so 16 times 4 is 64. We had 64. And now this symbol here, right, this basically tells you that it's one substance. So this is still one substance. A lot of people think that you're multiplying the numbers, and when I first learned this, that is exactly what I did. I multiplied the numbers, so do not multiply. This is still one substance. So you want to treat this like a system. So what the symbol means is you're basically adding on whatever you have here. And this is a 5. And so this 5 is the coefficient that is being multiplied to this whole system of H2O. So you know H2O is 18 because we found that above, 18 grams. So then 5 times 18 is going to give us 90. And then we just add all this together and we get 249.6 grams. This is equal to 1 mole of this long thing. Now we just set up what we had before. I'll use a different color here. So let's just do 25 grams because that's what we were given. Oh, that's quite messy. Let's fix that. It's not, okay. 25 grams over 1. Here we're going to do the same thing like we did before with the grams at the bottom. And this time we have a value of 249.6. And at the top, we're going to have the mole value, which in our case is 1 mole. And we're just going to do the same thing like we did before. Grams cancel out. You go this across. So the ones cancel out as well. So you're just left with the 25 over 249.6. And that is going to give you, with the mole value on top, that is going to give you, 25, not 2.5, and that's going to give you 0.1 moles. This mole value should transfer. Well, that's your final answer. And yeah, that should do it for the video. I hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions, make sure you drop it down in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful, and thank you for watching.